Hey everyone, welcome back to Gold Predict. A few days ago, I released a video explaining why I believe this could be the last opportunity, or one of the last opportunities, to buy gold below $2,000. I felt maybe I needed a little more explaining, and I wanted to update you with the weekly gold chart here. So, to me, this chart says a lot of things. If you're unfamiliar, gold is very cyclical, and prices seem to peak about every 4 years, which coincidentally usually happens during a presidential election year. So in 2016, gold peaked and then it consolidated for about 3 years. Then it broke out. And then in 2020, prices peaked. It consolidated for a couple years. And I believe we are on the verge of an important breakout above $2,100 and new all-time highs. And if I'm correct, this could be the last time we see gold below $2,000. I know that's a huge statement, but I believe it's true. I saw the same thing happen to gold in 2005 when it broke out above the $450 to $500 level. It never looked back. I think we could see the same thing happen now. So, real quick, you see, I'm a chartist. Okay, I look at charts all day long, and the pattern's pretty clear to me. When you measure these out on a timing, these are all, like I said, this is a weekly chart. When you measure these out, they are unbelievably similar. The A, the B, the C, the D, and the E. And where we are now is in the final stages of putting in, I believe, the last part of this consolidation pattern, which is the E. Should bottom very soon, and I believe we will have a breakout in the third quarter. So my bet's probably in August. I think we'll have a breakout to new all-time highs. I don't know what the trigger will be. Quite possibly if the Fed does not raise rates in July, that could be the trigger. Then everybody will be like, okay, they are done raising rates, and that could let gold loose, or a multiple amount of other factors obviously could send gold higher. But I believe this is one of the rare opportunities we have in gold to get in right before a very, very strong upswing into quite probably the third quarter. I'm guessing the third quarter of 2024, which, there's a lot of uncertainty around U.S. presidential elections. I believe the one next year will be incredibly uncertain, and that could be what causes gold to go up to my medium-term target of around $3,000. So bear with me a second here. I want to take you to the monthly chart to show you something I find interesting as well. Stand by. Okay, I have the monthly chart pulled up here. And the pattern here is very similar to what played out in the late 1990s and the bull market from around 2001 to say 2011. We had a nice 10-year bull run. I think we're on the precipice of another major breakout, and this is why I think it's important. If prices do break above $2,100, as I suspect they will here very shortly, then I think it's going to be off to the races. And I have a longer term target. I think we'll probably see around $8,000 by the end of this decade, around 2030. I'm also expecting a Great Depression around that time. I'm not sure exactly what that's going to look like. I think there'll be high unemployment. I think it'll be probably inflation induced, and it'll be. If gold's at $8,000, who knows what a loaf of bread or a gallon of milk will cost, or a gallon of gasoline. I don't think it'll be cheap. So it'll be a great time to own precious metals. It'll help preserve wealth, and possibly, you might even be able to prosper if you have prepared beforehand. So my big take here is I want to show you that if prices do break out to new all-time highs, then we're in blue sky territory where there's no overhead resistance on a price chart to stop gold, and that's why I think we'll see a quick surge, probably to around $3,000, probably a pullback, but ultimately I'm forecasting between $8,000 and $10,000 around the year 2030. Now quickly, I wanted to point out the various phases of a bull market. So phase one, this is kind of a basing phase where few people are interested in precious metals or whatever the market is. But there's a few insightful people that realize that things will get better. Phase two, that's kind of like the bull market recognition phase where people say, okay, something's happening here. And that you'll start to get some institutional investors and some trend followers hop in the market. Phase three is when everybody gets excited and most people think prices are going to go up forever. This is usually when you see widespread public adoption and you get a lot of the FOMO coming in, the fear of missing out, and people are like, oh, we got to get in. And this in phase three is generally the time where you're going to want to start scaling out of your position. So we got a long ways to go in this bull market. In my opinion, phase one is ending right now, and we are about to enter phase two. So if you've been in gold for a long time and like me, and you've been, it's been a bad time. There's not been a lot to be excited about. Well, I think that's going to change possibly very soon. So as we enter phase two, things will get exciting. But the real fireworks are going to come in phase three, which I suspect will probably come around 2028, 2027, or 2028. And eventually, I think we could see a parabolic blow off top, and there's no telling how high prices will go. I have some indicators and some things I'll be looking at to tell me when it's time to start selling, but we are nowhere near that right now. So, all right. I think this is enough for today. Hopefully that explains my take, and we could be very close to a huge breakout move in precious metals. I'm a huge silver fan. I'm very bullish on platinum as well, and I also own some gold miners. So if this kind of stuff interests you, come on over to Gold Predict. I have a newsletter service. I post 3 times a week with charts and stuff like this, and I basically just try to help guide everyone through the ups and downs of the precious metals markets, and they can be devastating at times. So I just want to try to help you through those periods. All right, I hope you're doing well, and God bless. Bye-bye.